What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to your show. This is the Friday edition. My name is Gary. Still, as far as we know, the only show going live Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. scheduled viewing. As far as shows out of Saskatoon goes, and we're always so thankful and grateful to be able to say that because when you're doing something different, people notice. And more examples of that continue to pop up as we move forward in life, and it's a very good feeling. Hey. And also when you go live, we say it all the time, real people. Okay, we're real people chasing dreams. And when you're live, it's always real, including this one right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this, okay? But we kick every show off with the Maggie Cam. And now, this one's going to be tough because we are munching down on some tasty treats that we're going to get to right away. But first, I just want to, come on over this way. Come on over here. Come on, girl. Come on. Here she goes. Here she goes. Here she goes. Oh, and now she's going to chase. All right, let's go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. As she's down there. Look at her in her natural habitat. Look at her go. The Maggie Cam for our incredible friend. Look at her. Yeah, there it is. For our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. She's out of here. You know, I was going to say that might be a bad idea, but this is going to be, yeah, this is the Maggie Cam. Treats as always provided by Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Look at that happy puppy. When you walk through those doors, you'll meet her boyfriend, Leroy. He's a greeting dog as well. He's got a bed right beside the door. He walks you up to the tell. You say hi to Rochelle or Mike, and then the best shopping experience of your life continues, okay? Whether you're in there to clean the dog in the state-of-the-art, best-in-the-biz cleaning station in the back, or if you're looking to change the diet of your pet. They got the raw food in fridges also right beside that cleaning station. They also have all the treats your heart can desire. Big buckets everywhere, full of treats. They got clothing. You want to get your pet a nice little outfit? They got you covered there. They got medicines. They got beds. They got those little thingies, those towers that animals climb on. So much fun. They got the buckle-up collars and leashes. They got all the utensils you need. There it is. And they're also open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. I'm telling you, whatever you need, they will have it, okay? And if they don't, they're the type of people that will get it for you because they're just really good humans. And that's what we surround ourselves with around here. And that's what we do. We lift each other up. And it's such a cool thing to be a part of. So if you're looking for a pet store, none better than Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. That was very good. Very well done. We got LB on the ones and twos today. I normally would do a Friday fun table, but Hardcore is doing mom duties. So she will be being a very good mom and taking care of her family. So we're hanging out here, and I got my guy, Uncle Brando, in the house, and he's over on the side right now. I'm going to bring him in here just so we can do this really cool thing. Him and I went for a meeting, a quick little meeting with our friend Adam over at Somewhere Else Pub and Grill, the best pub and grill in the history of pubs and or grills, world famous for their wings. And I'm telling you, these wings, man, second to absolutely none. So much so that we dedicated a camera to them. Check this out. Let's go ahead and see what we're looking at here with the old top-down. Woo-wee, Uncle Brando. What kind did you order there? That's yours on the left, right? No, that's dill pickle. That's a dill pickle. See?
Does that mean this is Cajun?
Yeah, good. Could you not tell that it was dill pickle?
I was smelling dill pickle the whole time, so it just tasted like pickles.
And he's not a fan of pickles. So, dill pickle, it's the best dill pickle I've ever eaten in my life as far as wings go, and they're as big and juicy as you can see. They're absolutely beautiful. LB is going to try one as well. And you better try a Cajun one then, buddy.
I suppose so. Hey.
We're all gonna dive in here,
All right. Well.
and just to
Right, cheer the
enjoy-
wings. Cheers the wings. You bunch of
Sure.
guys. There it is.
Mm.
Get in here.
Mm.
And there it is.
Best way to start the show. So good. I'm telling you, you will not find a better wing. And that's what I told Adam when we went there. I said, I'm picking up wings, and we just want to like promote the hell out of you guys because that's the neighborhood pub, man. That's where you go. The food is absolutely fantastic. They got music going on all the time, an incredible stage set up there. Everything they're doing is top notch. Oh, he's going for a Cajun. LB's Cajun right there. So the point here is get your wings. If you're looking for a wing place, this is the place. And they are so incredibly good that I want to eat instead of talk.
Mhm.
Maggie's getting excited. The wing party has begun. And again, thank you to our friends at Somewhere Else Pub and Grill, Adam and the gang over there. Incredible humans doing absolutely incredible things. And we say all the time, man, we're hyper local. We love supporting other local businesses, and they fall right in line there. And yeah, actually said, we love supporting other people trying to do what we're doing, which is make the world a better place. So all the support and all the love going to our friends over at Somewhere Else Pub and Grill, as these wings are going to get destroyed by our mouths and bellies. And we will show no mercy, as they are so, so good. I'm going to eat this. And as I'm eating this, we're going to go to our first previously recorded segment of the day, and we got a good one for you. As our old buddy KD stopped by. Let's see what he has to say. What's going on with KD? He's back for more awesomeness as the KD and the KD in me, KD and me. That'd be a whole different show. Oh, mama, must be a Friday. KD and me. Kurt Dahl, drummer lawyer, joins the show. How you doing, Dalsy?
If my wife launches her own show, it'll be KD in me. But that's a different topic. I'm great, man. How are you?
Oh, it's so good. I see you're at the Ponderosa there. Is that what's going on? That your
No,
beautiful
I've never
backyard?
called it that. But I like that. Yeah, the Ponderosa. Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that, man. Oh man, living that KD life. I love that. Oh, now I lost you for a second. You froze. There you are. He's back. Okay, dude. I know you got to go pick up a sick daughter, so we won't keep you too long. I just wanted to bring you in here to talk about the drummer for the Foo Fighters. 2 years this guy was with them. Then the band said, "Hey, see you later." Seems a little fishy, doesn't it? What's going on there with the Foo Fighters?
Yeah, it's interesting, and it doesn't make Grohl look any better, right? Like he's already looking kind of bad with the whole affair thing, right? And everyone knows Josh Freese. He's like one of the most prolific drummers. He's played with everyone, right? Recorded so many records, and for Grohl to just fire him without giving a reason or even a heads up, it's a really bad look, right? Especially for a professional, one of the biggest bands of all time,
Yeah. And he put a little message out there saying pretty much what you just said. Like, man, I've made a career out of playing with other bands, so this is nothing new for me, but it is a little weird to just be sent out like that. And he said he wasn't upset, just a little disappointed. And then he sort of hinted at maybe exposing more of what's going on down the road. So it seems like there's sort of a little bit of a mystery behind all of this. And as a drummer, I mean, can you relate to this at all? Is there anything in there where you're like, yeah, man, I know what's going on? Do you have any inside info there?
Well, I think with anything, it's like, how you treat someone on their way out says a lot about you, right? Like that, like bands, members leave bands all the time or let go. But I think, there's a way to do it in a classy way, right? And especially when there wasn't anything controversial that we know of, right? Like, it wasn't like he was fired for a reason, right? Like, let's say he was a alcoholic who kept messing up. Well, then, okay, then fire him and don't give a reason because that would make him look worse. But this guy is a consummate pro, and they're not saying he did anything wrong, right? So, and also he's played with so many bands. Like everyone knows, Josh Freese is just like a go-to reliable guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the rumor mill, of course, is that they're going to get Taylor Hawkins' son, right? Like everyone's predicting that. He played that show in the tribute show, and it's like people were blown away. And obviously, it'd be a nice tribute to his dad and all that stuff. But if you're going to do that, then do that in a classy way and announce it. Like go for dinner with Josh and say, "Listen, we want to honor Taylor and have his son join. So we're going to show you the door, but give you some sort of parting gift, that'd be totally normal. Right. But anyways, they just fired him without reason. This is, as you know, I've never been a huge fan of Grohl. Like he's always the nicest guy in rock, and I was just kind of like it just didn't seem that sincere. Like it seemed like something behind it. Plus, I'm Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, AIC all blow away the Foo Fighters for me. But anyways, this just makes me dislike him. Or start to dislike him. I didn't dislike him. I was kind of indifferent, and now I'm actually venturing into the dislike zone.
And that's unheard of for a guy who I used to say on the air back in the old days. He was like the Keanu Reeves of music. Like everyone had nothing to say about him. And now it seems like that's
exactly.
And the whole mystery surrounding all this really feels like, and you said it perfectly again, like if they're just going from one drummer to the son of the former drummer, I'm sure John Freeze would be like, yeah, okay, cool, man. I totally get it. Like that's the way it goes. And I'm happy to, hand over the drumsticks. But it seems like there's something in the way of those two real easy things to connect.
Yeah, it's weird for sure. So, he's no longer the Keanu Reeves of rock. That could be Eddie Vedder, maybe.
That's your guy. If there was ever a guy, do you hold anyone higher than Eddie Vedder?
Does it get any better than Eddie Vedder? I don't think so, man.
Ever since I've known you, man, going all the way back, and
it doesn't get any better.
That's it.
Yeah, so, exactly.
There you go. Kurt Dahl, drummer lawyer, stopping by as we always like to talk music. It's something we did before, and we're bringing it back because we love chatting with my man KD. Thank you so much for giving us a couple minutes and talking about the big stories in music, and continue being the world's greatest dad ever as you go and take care of your dadly duties. We always appreciate you giving us some time, brother.
Hey, much love. We'll do it again next week, buddy.
Perfect. You take care. Drummer lawyer from One Bad Son, Kurt Dahl. That's why we love that man right there. The great Kurt Dahl, drummer lawyer from One Bad Son, star of the One Bad podcast here on the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. We're back in the swing of things. He's going to join us every Friday and do little hits and talk about stuff going on in the music world. And if you have any questions for him, you can pass them along. Leave them in the links or in the describes or comments or whatever the kids do. I don't know how it goes. Let us know. Get a hold of us, and we'll pass those along to KD. As we continue on the Friday edition, it's no Friday Fun Table today, but we're having a lot of fun. We got wings. My favorite wing in the world right here, the dill pickle from Somewhere Else Pub and Grill. Fantastic. We've been crushing them. They're moving way quicker than I thought. As we celebrate. This is a celebration today, not just because we got to meet our friend Adam over at Somewhere Else, but 2 days in a row now. Yesterday, we started a brand new show called Good Sports with, dare I say, one of the most catchiest intro songs in the history of intro songs. And then today, if you look right below me right now on that banner, Not That Kind of Book Club. It's a lot of fun with Les and Ree. We recorded this. LB's put in so much work into it. The girls worked really hard. And we are so pumped for this show that I even got out of bed at 6 o'clock this morning. I went to bed at 4, was up at 6. And we were in here recording at 7 just to promote this brand new show because it's right in the name. It's Not That Kind of Book Club. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to take some time now to introduce you to the hosts of the brand new show. New episodes airing every Friday. I just realized right now LB put that banner right there for this specific moment. So good at producing, man. Best in the biz. So we're going to get back to eating some more delicious wings from Somewhere Else Pub and Grill as we introduce you to the newest show on the network. So it's a week of new shows around here. Yesterday, we started Good Sports with Ryan Flaherty and loving all of that, doing everything local sports, the sports that don't get enough spotlight. And today, we launch another show, hence these lovely women right here by my side. Why don't you tell us your names and what's going on with you guys?
Well, hello, Gary. I'm Ree.
Hello. I am Les.
Ooh, that sounded like an audiobook intro right there.
Hey, and we are Not That Kind of Book Club.
Hell yeah. Tell us what Not That Kind of Book Club is.
Well, Gary, we
Besides the puppy love. Easy now. Hi. This is Sully, by the way. This is my sweet Sully. Hi. Yes,
Who wants to be on the show?
Oh, yeah. This is good, too, because we got the camera pulled out enough that we can see the puppies underneath.
Amazing.
Okay.
So,
Here we go.
Book club. That is essentially what it is. It is a book club. However, it's everything outside of a book club as well. So we will talk
intrigued.
All things bookish,
okay.
All things that you and your book friends would talk about, and all things you and your book friends wouldn't talk about.
Exactly. All the things that, you want to talk to your book friends about, but maybe you're a little bit hesitant. We are breaking down those barriers. We're having the conversations that you really want to have, but maybe you're not quite ready to out loud yet.
Wow. And for people who don't know what a book club is or haven't been in a book club before, maybe walk us through that. What makes a book club a book club?
Well, you read a book.
Good start.
And you talk about the book.
Sounds pretty easy.
And sometimes you have a few beverages or some food. But all in all, it's a bunch of women or men. I'm not basing this on gender.
Nice, we appreciate that.
But it's a bunch of humans that come together, share their love of books. We pick a book each month and we read a book. We dive into that book. Sometimes you do touch bases kind of periodically, or you have scheduled touch bases, but essentially we talk about books. Did I miss anything, Ree?
No, honestly, it is all books and all chaos in here right now.
We've got some
It's
zoomies.
the cutest thing. It's the cutest thing. Sully's running around and Maggie is just watching. And then Sully stops and then Maggie goes. So, sticking with this book club theme,
Yes.
you sort of have a pretty big following book club-wise already coming into this, don't you?
I do. So I am the owner and creator of Not Your Average Book Club. It is a small local business where we do all things bookish as well. So we have virtual book clubs, in-person book clubs. We have various events throughout the year. And of course, we have our own products per se. So we have blind dates with books and we do the 12 days of Bookmas.
Interesting. Now, will this be implemented into your new show at all? Any of these sort of things? Because when people come in with new shows, we always look at how can we be different and how can we do stuff no other shows are doing. And when I first talked to you guys, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, this could be really, really different and cool.
Yeah. I know when Ree brought up the idea to me, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is such a great opportunity. And I think it's important to kind of separate the business and the podcast. And I'm super excited to be able to do this with Ree. And we bring two different perspectives to book club. We read very different things, but we can still have those conversations.
See, and that's what I really enjoy. As we recorded the first episode, which is, I guess by the time this runs, it'll be dropped and officially out there for you to enjoy. The conversation and the flow of the whole thing was very enjoyable because I don't know anything about book clubs. The closest I've ever been is with Ree and with sports autobiographies because that's all I read. And so we would go back and forth. That was like basically a two-person book club. So when somebody comes into the book club and joins the party per se, what happens? What's that process look like?
So each month we're picking a different book to read through. Basically, you pick up the book, you read it throughout the month. If you have any comments, questions, things that you want to talk about, shoot us a message and we'll talk about it during the podcast. We don't have a way for you to call in live, unfortunately, Not yet.
My mom and dad just call my cell phone whenever they want to come on. It's pretty fun.
Well, mom and dad, if you want, just give us a quick phone call and we'll talk about the book, what we liked about it, characters. We've got some fun questions that we're going to pose to different books that we read. But if you do have something to say, just shoot us a message on our Instagram. It's at Not That Kind of Book Club.
Beautiful.
Yeah, send us some DMs, slide right into our DMs.
I've heard that saying before.
Absolutely.
I've heard that saying, but I don't think it's book related, is it? That's more of like a relationship thing where you want to slide into a person's DM so you can take them on a date.
I would take someone on a book date.
I was gonna say I'll go to a bookstore on a date.
A lot of this show is me not knowing any of the lingo about anything. So whenever I think I know something, I get excited like that. I say, "Oh, I've heard that one." Slide into DMs. So. It just shows how old I am. That's kind of embarrassing. What's the goal of this new show? What are you guys trying to accomplish as you come in? Because we don't have anything like this here, and that's why I'm so excited. We always want shows that are totally different and totally for a different group of people each time.
I honestly think that the biggest thing is building a community and kind of finding something that the community is interested in listening to. I know with podcasts, there's lots of different various forms, but for us, this is a way for us to talk about books. It's a way for us to share books with you. And like Ree was saying, we have so many different ideas. We have talked to authors. We have talked to each other. We've planned out. I was going to say, who else have I
That
talked
list
to?
has gone real far there. We talk to each other.
That's good. That's important.
Maybe I could say I talked to myself. I made a long list of things
Yep.
and said, Ree, here are my ideas. So I think the biggest thing is let's kind of build that community up, find something that they're interested in talking about or listening to, and kind of rolling with it.
And really at the meat of it, we're getting more people into reading. We want to get more people excited about reading in whatever capacity that looks at. It could be a physical book, you could be listening to audiobooks, whatever that looks like for you. We just want more people reading.
Yeah, just
like
kind of creating that love, and not necessarily creating, but maybe finding or refinding or building on that love of books. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, maybe give us a little bit of background on the two of you. Rand, let's start with you because I've known you for a long time. Tell us what you're all about and how you got here.
Ooh, okay. Man, long story short, I'll start with how I know Gary. We actually both are former broadcasters in the city here. So
Nice.
that's how we had met. We started a simple little 2-person book club where all we would do is exchange sports books, talk
best.
about them for 5 minutes, and then hang out, play
Yeah.
video games, and
It's
watch
the best
movies.
book club ever. It made it very fun.
It was fantastic. So that's the OG book club, really. But I've been through numerous moves in my life, numerous career changes, that kind of thing. But I've always loved books, and books have been a very big integral part of my life. So to be able to share and talk about and use different mediums in my life, bringing them all together is just a really cool thing.
I like that. What about you, Les? What's your background? Because you got a lot going on. Okay?
just a little
In your
bit.
journey.
I am not coming from a broadcasting background, so if I sound nervous, that's usually
You
I'm
don't
nervous.
sound nervous. You don't sound
No.
that at all.
But
Hey.
as they said, like, I'm Les. I actually am from Calgary, so I was born and raised in Calgary, and I
You
ended
can
up
tell because you say it Calgary.
Calgary. We touch on
Calgary.
this. I make fun of
That's
Ree
why
today,
I'm laughing,
but so I was born and raised there. And when I was 17, I said, you know what, I need out, and I ended up coming out to Saskatchewan
Nailed it.
and Saskatoon, and I've been here ever since. So that's almost how old? Oh my gosh, that's over 10 years now. But honest to God, I've also been through a lot of different changes. I went to school, I got a degree, and then I got a second degree. And then I started working and said, okay, well, like, now what? And I got my master's. And then I finished that master's and realized I could do absolutely nothing with that master's.
Yes.
So that was awesome. So now I'm actually in my second master's, and I'm doing educational psychology. So I've read a lot of books in my day, whether or not those are fiction books, nonfiction books, or textbooks. Lots of books.
A lot of books.
A lot of books. But at the end of the day, I have always loved books since, since 2017. And so for me, this is just kind of a way to continue sharing that with everyone and kind of talking all things books. And don't worry, my psychology background may come in handy at some point during this show. But all in all, my background is school and books.
It's a good background. It's a very good background. When
They
I hear
go well
masters, that's
together.
all I think about.
Books.
Books. So many books.
And
that'll
not
get you
fun
right into
books.
it. No, that's exactly like the ones that break your brain.
Yep.
But there you are, going for a second master's, hey? Man, oh
Wow.
man.
Yes. I'm trying to finish this thesis off, and I'm not going to lie to you. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you going to go do a PhD? And I'm at the point in my life where it's like, absolutely freaking not. Like, you couldn't pay me to do another 5 years and another paper that sucks the soul out of me.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having to go through that.
Yes, it's
The whole process of school again, never. I'm like
No.
that. I'm like Maggie with the hacking.
Yep.
It's like, no, get out of here, school.
yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Let's be
I
real.
think she needs some water.
Yes.
I
She
realized
played
the
too
water,
hard.
The water bowl got knocked over, and now she's like, Dad, where's the water?
Yeah, too much running.
Well, you guys, I got to tell you, we're getting up this early.
7 a.m. on the dot.
It's unbelievable, but it was totally worth it because this is a monumental moment. Your show is officially out there for people to enjoy.
Yay.
Very excited. Anything else you want to throw in there before we call this a conversation?
Well, I want to say one thing and then I'll pass it off to Ree. First 5 minutes of our podcast, I am very nervous. So bear with us. It gets so much better.
Here's your first lesson in media stuff. You're the psycho. You don't even say that. You never. I have always called it never go back to the scene of the crime. If you don't bring something up, 9 out of 10 people won't even notice what you're talking about. But once you acknowledge it, then about 7 or 8 out of 10 people will notice.
Well, now 10 out of 10 will notice.
Now we've really put a spotlight on it. So now people are going to watch just to see it, which is another level of that. So
What have
we're
I
going to have that.
done?
No, it's a good thing, though, because it's real. We say it all the time, real people. That's what it is. This is real people chasing dreams, and that's exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with that. Marge, we'll get you some water. Just hold on. Brianna, what about you? Final words.
Final words is I'm excited. Take a listen. Let us know what you think. Again, you can hit us up on Instagram. If you have our phone numbers, text us. Send a carrier pigeon, smoke signals, whatever works.
that.
Just we want to engage with you to build that community.
Honestly, I prefer some snail mail.
Oh, yes, please.
I'd love to bring that back.
Yeah. I want to say one thing and then I'm going to let Gary finish this off. But the biggest slogan that we're going to leave you with is hashtag we read it so you don't have to.
There it is. Not your average book club.
That's my business.
Not that kind of book club.
You guys know that's going to get really, really
I know.
tough because I'm going to mix up all the
So
time.
not your average book club,
Business.
not that kind of book club.
Show. Not that kind of book club.
We're
is the
two
show.
entities.
Soon to become one, I imagine, because I envision big things for you guys. Thank you so much for making it in here today. Not that kind of book club.
You got it.
Not your average book club.
It's
A
a
great
business.
business that we also appreciate and want to push out there as well, right?
Of course.
Okay,
of
just want to make
course.
sure I'm not, messing anything up here.
No, we're not.
Perfect.
Ladies, thank you so much for making it in and getting us up super early. And thank you for bringing Sweet Sully in as the playtime has been going on. And it's so super cute. I don't ever want it to end. But unfortunately, like most things, it has to. So thank you. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. And I look very forward to the next episode coming up in a couple weeks, I guess. Eh?
Yes.
sure
Thank you,
is.
Gary.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations again to the brand new show, joining the team as Les and Rhea, incredible human beings. So happy to have them on board as we move forward. Not that kind of book, right there in the name. I was already mixing it. You heard it in the interview there. I was mixing it up because Les has another book club called Not Your Average Book Club. So there's 2 book clubs that start with the name Not. And so I was always like, man, that's going to be an issue, but not that kind of book club. Live now, you can watch it right here on the Dufferin Avenue Media Network, along with our other brand new show, Good Sports. Our friend Brian Flaherty. It's been a big week for us here. LB's been working nonstop. He's been in here every day getting all this stuff together. So thank you again to him. This is the Friday edition of your show. Normally we have a Friday fun table going on, but our sweet, beautiful hardcore couldn't make it in today because she's being a really good mom. So we're just hanging out with the Jabrones, having fun, checking in with our buddy KD, saying hi to the brand new hosts on the network with the new show. And we're also going to give you a live read because we love doing live reads. This is what we're all about right here. And I'm going to hop right into this. I'm sorry. I'm still so full of wings. We've been crushing these wings nonstop from our friends at Somewhere Else Pub and Grill. And they're just, they're like those potato chips that you pop and then you can't stop except in wing form. And they are so fantastic. There he is. Look at that handsome gentleman. Why work with Mobley this spring? Man, that's a question I've been asking myself. I hope there's an answer to that right here in this live read. If you're looking to buy a home, he's got your back. That's why. Okay, now we're cooking. Mobley Rente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options. Even if you're self-employed, have non-traditional income, or what? Oh yeah, face credit challenges. Big 3, we're knocking them all out today. His services are completely free. We love that. And he's here for you from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he will always be here to help. Mobley Rente, mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime, 306-370-5800. 04. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what a live read looks and sounds like. My dude right there doing great things. We talk about it all the time. We are all about helping out local people, local businesses. We are all about this city, and anytime we can lift each other up, we're always going to do it. If that's something that would intrigue you, that's something you may think you might want to get into. Well, we got a song for you. Is Maggie eating over here? Hey, getting crumbs. There's so many crumbs on the floor right now. She's just like hovering. She's like a puppy vacuum. Live reads interest
Roomba.
you? Yeah, DJ Roomba. That's the one. Let us know. Help us help you, if you will, to quote that movie. All you got to do is just send us an email. It's even got a theme song. I sing it horribly, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes people join in, and it gets better and better. Just send us an email to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song.
Dude, you harmonized. God, I love you. Uncle Brando in the house. Oh, I hit the button. I missed it. See, when you go live, even the graphics can turn on. You also have a website made by Royal Anders, one of our favorite humans. Super easy to maneuver through. You can check it out right there, dufferinave.com. Perfectly sized sign. I'm going to say goodbye. And that brings us to the final portion of this. After I do a quick air horn, watch your ears. The Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. We will be on there tonight. And not only that, as we finish off Star Tropics with our buddy Smitty, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, we're going to get back into Final Fantasy VI. And then on Monday, back at it with Gaming with Brooksy. So much awesomeness going on this Twitch stream. And it's all thanks to my main man, Brando, and his associate, the Phenom. They are the Twitch team, and they are absolutely crushing it. So thank you to both of you for always being so cool. I'm trying to figure out a way to just do that. I got to hit one. I've been so bad with these. All right, I'm going to grab you, Mr. Twitch, and send you up.
That was well done.
And I went in right in the rooftop. Man, pretty cool. Okay, it is now time for us to move on to the next portion of the Friday, I guess, episode, because it's not a Friday Fun Table. Around here, we love to do really cool stuff and different stuff and things no one else is doing. We say it all the time. When people come to us and they say, hey, can you do this, whatever this is? And most places say, no, these are the things that we do, and that's it. Around here, we say, let's give it a go. We're all about trying new things and getting out there and seeing what works and what doesn't. And that led us to basically dubbing our local rider superfan around here the Rider Outsider. Every single show has a Rider Insider. I don't know a single one who has a Rider Outsider except for us. And that's very, very cool. He's a man of the people. He's been checking out training camp when he hasn't been trying to get new shows off the ground here at the network. And we're going to call him up now as it is time for the Rider Outsider to take the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is LB. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
He's
yay.
got the color transitions going now.
Did he do that special just for himself?
Of course he
'Cause
did. He knows what's up.
Feel like
he knows what's up, bro. First and foremost, brother, how about those wings?
Oh, can I have some more? Oh, they're right here.
LB's big gimmick is eating on the show. He likes to do the Brad Pitt thing.
I feel first and foremost you should have done the Rezo Ramon
Oh, the bad guy.
/ Scott Hall walk up. Why didn't you?
He doesn't
you're-
know
'cause
he was
he's
in
the
the
outsider.
outside. I know. He doesn't know there was a tag team named the Outsiders with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
He's losing his edge.
He's going right now. They started the NWO, bro. New world order.
No?
Nothing. The
Not
the biggest,
People still wear the shirts,
the
man.
biggest stable in
It's
the
like-
history of wrestling.
It's like Austin
It
316.
transcended wrestling, bro. Nothing. That's a good idea, though. We should use maybe like the Wolfpack theme for when he comes out. I got, you'll love this.
I will.
I got Matt from All the Bands, our sweet, beautiful prince. I got him to take the Shining Force joining music whenever a new member joins the team. Dun, 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 and he shredded it up. I forgot to put it into the thing, but we're going to hotkey it. So then whenever anyone comes on, I'm going to say, play that, and then say, oh, LB has joined the party.
Oh,
Just
that
like in
is
Shining Force.
awesome.
And then we talk about how we're going to be Shining Forcing soon on the Twitch stream.
Got it all set up.
Everything's
We're ready to go.
taken together. You almost done that delicious morsel from somewhere else, my friend?
No, because I'm going to eat another one right
You
now.
can't.
This freaking
We
guy.
need you, bro.
How
This
is
is what Dragon feels like on the viewing room, hey?
Does he
This is
eat
it.
on the?
Of course it is. It's his
The
gimmick,
number of
that's what I told
times
you.
where I have to say, hold on, you just keep talking
got
while I
pizzas here.
finish this bite of pizza.
Dang, man.
He's actually stopped shows because of pizza,
Yeah.
which is
Oh.
very, very, very
have-
exciting for me.
I've just opened the door.
I bet you that's Network Ryan
Think it's Network Ryan?
coming in hot.
Is somebody coming here to steal from us?
Oh, it's
It's,
not.
it's a surprise.
Oh, I
A
love
surprise.
surprises. I hope it's Cora. Now, if it's not Cora, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Oh,
What the? What? 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 What the? What the?
did you know this was happening?
No.
Oh my God! What the?
Oh my
Oh, he's
god!
going
How
to
does it
produce
feel-
for us.
How does it feel to be the second best producer in here now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to
Oh, wow.
focus here. Rider outsider.
Yes.
I heard the Rider offensive line is having injury problems.
Yeah, McEwen and Philip Gagnon. I don't know how to say it. He's French. He was from the
Gagnon?
outlets. Gagon or something. Gagnon. I don't know.
Gagnon.
I'm not French.
That's fair.
But yeah, I don't. He had some injuries. McEwen had some injuries. McEwen sounds like it's gonna be a season-ending injury,
Oh, boy.
and like it was weird because he walked off the field, and
Right.
yet it's a season-ending. So who knows what
Football
happened?
Players, man.
Concussion?
No,
Well,
that
no,
wouldn't be. That'd be like a
concussion
tear.
wouldn't be, yeah.
Ligament tear or something like that.
Yeah, like something like that. I mean, so I don't know. We'll see with that, but yeah.
Crazy. So, are you worried about your offensive line now, young man? Because it sounds like you're running out of options there.
Yeah, they're having more challenges than I expected.
Should I be worried about our bets that we made for the Riders to go all the way?
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not.
That's better.
I'm not that worried about it, but I can't concentrate right now.
I know. You know what? The best part is I was this close to putting on my Photo Prospector shirt today. And then I decided on The Undertaker because I was like, we're going to make some wings rest in peace. So I went with a theme on crushing the wings.
There are a bunch of dead bodies laying in front of
Yeah.
us right now.
Yes.
That's it. Anything else? Any other big news coming out besides the injuries?
Not really. I mean, they're going to be running mostly starters for this first preseason game tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Check it out. Who they taking on?
Bombers. We have both of our preseason games back to back against the
dirty.
Bombers. So
Gross.
we played them like 5 times this season.
I saw. Hey, by the way, CFL news. See, don't say I don't watch this stuff. Zach Colaro signed like another deal to stay with Winnipeg through 2026.
It's good. It's a good deal because he sucks. So
Ooh, that's my quarterback, man. I like cheering for that guy. When did he play for Saskatchewan? How many years ago?
was it 2019 he played, or was that
maybe
Fajardo
even-
still? Might have
maybe
even been before that. He
yeah.
didn't spend very long with us.
Is that when they won the Grey Cup?
No.
As-
Last Grey Cup was Darian Durant.
Did
2013.
Winnipeg win the Grey Cup with the Zach Collaros
They
guy?
won a
They
lot,
did, yeah. They've been to the Grey Cup 5 times in a row, and they only won the first 2. They
And you're-
lost
but-
the last 3 times in a row.
But you're telling me this guy sucks though.
Now he does.
Oh.
Yeah, he's actually he won't be playing the first game of the season because he missed drug testing.
Oh yeah, I love
but
that move.
but
Very
he,
convenient.
well, yeah, they're
mushrooms?
saying it was legitimate. That like he just didn't realize, and apparently this is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. The CFL cannot go through teams to get a hold, so they were like emailing and calling Collaros, and he was down south for like a Super Bowl celebration. He's like, I'm not answering my phone.
Zach, your phone's ringing.
Yeah,
don't
right.
worry about it. It's just the
Right,
CFL.
but then
It's just the
but then-
CFL. Give me some more of that cocaine.
But
Yeah,
now
like,
but now the CFL can go to the team and say, "Hey, your player isn't responding." So I don't know.
Interesting. They come up with some of the most creative excuses for the PEDs. Like I've heard from like Propecia for hair to like wiener pills and everything in between. Like apparently, like you can just say anything. Like, I didn't know I was just taking my medicine, man.
Did I tell you about that guy that got he got the whole season suspension? Edmonton drafted him, and like because he was projected to go early in the draft, and they were like,
Remember this.
and they were like, and then he wasn't, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" And then Edmonton was like, "Yeah, we'll take him." And then it turns out, like a day or two after the draft, the CFL's like, "Yeah, he's suspended for the whole season because he tested positive for 9 performing-enhancing
was the
drugs
one.
at the same time at the combine."
Loading up. Oh, this is great. Okay, hey, sir, are you here? Can you come up here, or are you just hanging out? Because I think we talked enough about the riders. Okay, that's good. Just want to make sure. Man, I just want to cut the show early now. I want to go hug him so much.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy.
We don't have any more pre-tapes either.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk Twitch. So
I'm outta
thank you. You go take care of our guest, and we'll take this bad boy all the way home. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rider Outsider. His name is LB. Brando, hit the horn. Beautiful. Beautiful horn work. Man, you're so good at what you do.
I try hard.
Twitch, 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 stream.
We're gonna do that later.
So excited. You and the Phenom have put in so much work
Thanks.
into this whole Twitch streaming studio. And I gotta tell you, I'm so thankful and grateful. And when I say I can't believe I'm playing Final Fantasy VI, it's because of you. It's a game that I've always wanted to play and just never got around to because, there's a million other things to do. Final Fantasy VI, man, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're sort of just starting out, so we're scratching the surface of one of the greatest video games of all time.
We're about to break hearts. I'm about to cry on stream. I know it.
Yes, you are.
It's
You
so
are
real.
Yeah, you're coming up to parts that are going to affect you. But we've hit all of the big meme points, right? We suplexed a train.
So sweet.
We saw the ghosts chase everybody. I guess that's also
Very
on
humorous.
the train.
Yeah, that
Right.
train had a
There's
lot
lots
of
of
good
just
stuff.
the great stuff that's coming up. We're going to get to one of the first, and this trigger warning, but we are coming up to one of the first instances I can remember of men just punching women I've ever seen in a video game coming up.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to see that tomorrow during the special Saturday Twitch stream. We're taking
Okay.
tonight off so that we can finish off Star Tropics.
Star Tropics with our buddy Smitty.
Yeah, we got him out of
Very excited.
Got him out of retirement of 2 weeks to
Yeah.
come back in. We're going to finish that game off. We're right close to the end.
That's so cool.
It's going to be freaking good, man.
So we got tonight's about 7:30. We'll be doing Star Tropics, and tomorrow around 3 we'll be back into Final Fantasy VI. Gaming with Brooksy on Monday is also a lot of fun. We tried Banjo-Kazooie.
that I don't.
It's
I,
not that good of a game, man.
it was so popular at the time, and let me tell you something controversial. And
Listen here, brother.
people watching out there can disagree with me if they want, but I think I feel very safe in saying this. I think that in terms of visual effect and games not being what you remember them being, the N64 is absolutely top of the heap for not aging well.
Yeah.
There's so many games on the 6.4 that we all remember. Who doesn't remember staying up all night, eating a pizza, and drinking pop with 3 buddies playing GoldenEye? Who doesn't remember that? Try doing that now. You can't. The game is so bad. It's so bad. And lots of those games are like that. Mario 64 has janky controls, a bad camera, shitty graphics, and half the times the floor will fall out from underneath you. Banjo-Kazooie's barely functional. Ogre Battle's really slow. Even the games that people remember really fondly are just not quite what you remember.
Yeah.
Superman 64 still exists,
That's one of the worst ever.
right? It's one of the worst games of all
Ever.
time.
For sure. I came in here thinking, I've always wanted to play Banjo-Kazooie because back in the day, that was one of the terms we used when we were going out to party and drink a bottle of vodka. It's like, hey, we're getting Banjo-Kazooie tonight, bro.
Excellent.
We used it all the time. So
Yeah.
I would always say, I've never played the game. I really want to because I'm always just yelling it out while I'm chugging vodka.
Sure.
And then once I finally played it, I was like, man, is this the game? I said to Brooks, is this what the game is? She's like, yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
Not for me.
Yeah, I heard you. I could hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was in the control room while they started the stream. I was like, man, this isn't going to go very long.
Yeah.
Because it's just not
Good.
great.
We
It's
can
not.
say it. It's fine.
It's a really rough game,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And that's not like it sucked at the time too, but it's just been done better now. It's like when you go back to a lot of PS2 games,
Yeah.
right? PS1 I think has aged very, very well because it's of a certain era and generation where you had to kind of be creative to make things work.
Yeah.
But PS2 you really could kind of do whatever you wanted within the limits of the time, and everybody just thought it looks amazing. But when you go back and look at a lot of those games, they look like shit. Pardon my French,
Yeah, well,
but they
you
look
nailed
like
it.
just
Yeah.
hot, smelly garbage. And that's why so many of those games are getting HD remasters now. Because they're
Yeah.
great games, but they look so crappy that nobody wants to play them.
Speaking of games that I do want to play, I've been watching some just playthroughs of Kingdom Hearts. You ever get into Kingdom Hearts?
I played the first one.
Okay.
It's not necessarily my jam. It's another one of those games that kind of just didn't quite age well, but it was pretty fun. And it's got a really, really cool travel mechanic when you're going between the different worlds.
The gummy ship.
Yeah, and you get to build your own ship out of not quite Lego.
Yeah, and Chip and Dale get to fly it.
Yeah, and Chip and Dale fly you between the things, and it's like a flying shooting space shooter
Looks
game.
really
and it's,
hard.
and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, that'd be probably a pretty fun game to play.
The one I've been watching is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, I believe it's called. And the guy that plays is so funny. The Truth DT is his name, and he's like one of those guys that every time he comes back on stream, he'll say, "Hey, what's up, bitches?" You know, he's like one of those really funny guys, and lots of cursing, which I appreciate. And he's been playing through it. He made it look really, really fun, but he makes it look fun because he knows all the characters. So that in this Kingdom Hearts 2, it's full of Final Fantasy guys.
Oh yeah,
Like Sephiroth's in there.
yeah, Sephiroth's in there, Cloud's in it,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Leon and
Squall
Vita, Arifta, or something like that. All these crazy names, but they're all from Final Fantasy games.
Oh yeah, because it's a combination of Square and
All of
Disney,
it,
right?
yeah.
So if you're a SquareSoft fan, there's so many like mainline characters in there, and like the little bit guys too. Like Biggs and Wedge are in there. There's a bunch of like just little characters you never think of.
That's what I thought would have really drew you in. So it's not as cool as the Truth DT makes it look.
I've only played the first one, and again, it just hasn't aged well. It was made before like camera control was important. So in every fight against the Heartless, you're not just fighting these demons sent from hell to steal your heart. You're also fighting against the fucking camera because they didn't do a very good job of programming it. And it spends half of its time sitting in the corner with a dunce hat on while you're trying to fight the boss.
Like Resident Evil?
Yes. Much like Resident Evil. Except at least in Resident Evil, they set that shit up so it's there and you can just see it all the time.
Yeah.
There you could learn the controls and it would function sort of. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts, it's just kind of, it's like Lakitu in Mario Kart, except he's drunk.
Lakitu's the guy that fishes you out, right? When you fall off Rainbow Road.
And he's the one that carries the camera behind you so you can see where you're going.
Very cool. I like that.
What a good dude. He's not throwing, what are they called? The porcupines? Spinies?
Spinies.
Not throwing
Think so.
spinies at you no more.
Yeah. Those guys suck. Remember he's come across the top of pepper you with Spinies?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Always tried to jump on it. Like the first time you ever see it, like, oh, jump on that, no problem. I can smash a brick with my head. I can step on a porcupine with my boot. Nope. Can't do that.
Mario rules, man. That's how it works.
Unless you're in a giant boot, then you can step on.
That's
on
the good one.
Mario 3.
Hopping in that boot.
I always wanted that thing. I actually dated a girl once.
Here
who
we
was
go.
Like, we should play Mario Brothers 3. It'll be fun. I was like, oh, yeah, let's do
I
that.
love you. Yes.
And we made it to World 5, where you get the boot.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh my God, Brando, jump in the sock! Jump in the sock! And she just kept calling it a wind-up sock. And it was very funny.
boot.
Yeah, it's definitely a boot.
Man.
But it was fun.
Did you beat it?
We did.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
True love right there.
That's one of those games that I think is, you can get through with some middling, right?
Oh, yeah.
World 8's the only really, really hard one.
I literally, probably about 4 years ago, out at Candle Lake, sat up on a rainy day in the cabin there, and I started it. And I went the whole way, saved all the P-Wings, got to World 8, and beat it for the first time ever on my own, just me. And those
Sick.
P-Wings, you need them in that final World 8, man.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot that has to go right, but we actually pulled it off, and I was so happy. It was
so
such a
good.
sense of accomplishment because, like, I literally was transported back to the first time I rented Super Mario Brothers 3 from Video Nights in Avalon. It used to be Avalon Video, then it turned to Video Nights in the Avalon Shopping Center. And I remember feeling so lucky walking in there and seeing there was a copy for rental.
Oh, man.
And I spent an entire weekend playing that game, and I wasn't very good at it. And then fast forward, I guess it would have been like 30 plus years later, I finally beat it. It felt so good. I was
What?
like screaming around the entire, I guess, community of Minnewaca. You guys, we beat it. We made Super Mario Bros. 3. Back when Gary still drank, so I was quite vocal. And the vodka was flowing, and I was tell anyone who would listen until I got told to shut up because no one cared about Super Mario Bros. 3.
As if.
That's what I said.
That's bad friends. That's what that is.
Now
That's,
they're all great people. I was the
Yeah.
asshole who was really pushing it along.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, that's a big deal, man.
It
30,
felt like a good accomplishment.
anything you try to do for 30 years, you finally succeed at.
That's a good point.
I think that's a big deal.
Deserves a little
celebrating.
celebration,
Worth
yeah.
celebrating, for
Well, I
sure.
celebrated with a bottle of vodka, and that was probably the problem. But either way,
Nice, I
it was
suppose.
very, very enjoyable. Are there any other games before we wrap up the Friday edition of your show here on the Dufferin Avenue Media Network inside the Sutner Concrete Services Clubhouse?
That we're playing right now, or that we're
No,
looking forward to?
games that you want to play moving forward.
Ooh,
Because
games that-
I already
oh, that's
cooked it
big
up with the
time.
Shining Forces. I feel like everything we're doing is for me. When you're the head of Twitch
Well,
streaming,
we're playing Final Fantasy VI right now.
Your
and that's
favorite game of all
literally
time.
my favorite game of all time that we are playing through.
Yep.
I'd like to do a Xenogears playthrough, but I'm not sure if that's.
the Kingdom Hearts guy talked about Xenogears. He said it would take forever.
It is a solid 65-hour game when you know what's going on.
How is that even possible?
Because, well, I could tell you I could use the rest of the show and all of
Hold
Monday's
on.
show to tell you the story.
Hold on. I would like to start the clock here.
Yes.
I'm gonna start you with an air horn, and then you're gonna go.
But
You're
I'll-
gonna tell me about this.
I'll just give you a real quick synopsis.
3, 2, 1.
A person who worked on development on all of the Final Fantasy games going up to number 7 pitched an idea for a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Square didn't want to do it. And so the guy went back and did Final Fantasy VII. And the next year, they wanted to do a big project before they set out to do Final Fantasy VIII. And this guy and his wife, who was also an employee at Squaresoft, pitched the idea, hey, this was our Chrono Trigger sequel idea. You didn't want it to be a Chrono Trigger sequel, so can we just make it its own game? And they said, absolutely, you can. It was a really, really ambitious project for the time, but they went ahead with it anyway, thinking, okay, you got 2 years, get it done. But then they saddled them with a whole team of brand new programmers and guys that just weren't quite up to snuff. So in addition to doing one of the most ambitious video games of all time, you've got a bunch of new guys that have to kind of learn how everything works along the way as well. And they got really close to finishing it, but at the end of disc 1, the infamous Xenogears disc 2 kicked in, where essentially they ran out of time. Like Square said, listen, this game gets finished right now, or we're stopping it.
That always ends well.
Like it's either finished or it's fucking not, and that's it. And so the second disc is essentially a novel that you just read, and it's narrated by the characters. There's one actual dungeon in it, one bonus dungeon, 2 boss fights, maybe 3, and the character just tells you about all the adventures that you would have had if they had enough time to finish the game. But but even me telling you that, it's one of the best narratives ever done in a video. It's the War and Peace of video.
Well, it has to be if you're not playing.
It's so good and so interesting and so deep. Like there's so much there. I would love to do that on Twitch, but I don't know if it would come through the same way as something like a Final Fantasy, where it's a lot more action oriented and there's lots of flashing lights and bright colors and funny jokes. You know what I mean?
I do.
And especially when you're going through a Final Fantasy that we can probably beat in like 30, 40 hours versus Xenogears, it's probably going to take upwards of 80.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could maintain interest of you for that long to do it.
Said Chrono Trigger.
And we could totally do Chrono Trigger.
Man, all these games, these were like those, monument games for me. Chrono Trigger I didn't get into until I had a mod on my PC, and the emulator allowed me to play Chrono Trigger for the first time. And I was playing it while reading the walkthroughs on the internet. Like, that's how deep I got in this. And I was figuring out all the different ways to go and get the best endings and different endings and use these guys and use those guys and your triple ups and all that. And that game just immersed me. I got so into Chrono Trigger, and people call it one of the best RPGs of all time because it's that good. So just going through that, but there's so many things I wanted to do with that game, and then I went away from it. So that might be one we get back into. That would be a lot of, especially if we got Phenom here voicing the characters like we'd like to do.
Oh, hell, New Game Plus, we could stream that in a weekend. I'll bring in my save file, we'll beat that game in a weekend. Oh, yeah.
This could be huge. Okay.
We can go very quickly, but I think
Wow.
that would be fun. I'm looking forward to Shining Force. I have all 3 episodes queued up to go.
So sweet.
For our Monday streaming with Brooksy, we have a flash cart coming in that gives them access to every N64 game ever made.
I didn't want to bring that up because you just finished talking about how all the N64 games are garbage.
No,
and
but
didn't
they're
age well.
But they didn't age well, but that doesn't mean they're not fun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some of the
Yeah.
classics just aren't as good as you remember them. And I think it's going to be lots of fun when you and Brooksy kind of go down the rabbit hole of all these games that are older than her.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
guys are going to play them for the first time. I think that's going to be really a lot of fun.
I concur.
And then we've got our Brando and Gary Get Good at Gaming Tuesdays, where we're rocking Little Ninja Boy right now.
Super Ninja your boy.
And it's pretty
fun.
It's a
man.
lot of fun, but man, are you just competing against the game, hey?
It's hard.
Like you just want to punch that guy. I want to punch that guy.
And I'm just missing him.
And then you
Every
finally
time.
get him and you pick him up and we throw him into each other. Then there's platforming levels. Only one of our controllers works properly.
Is there any other two-player RPG out there?
I'm sure that there is, and we will find them.
I've never heard of it.
I don't know if you
That's
knew
the
this.
That's the gimmick.
Technically, we could play Final Fantasy VI two-player, but I'm not going to help you. You have to do it yourself, Gary.
It actually has an option
It sure does.
to play like we're playing with
Yep.
Super Ninja Boy.
Yeah, like you're having a hard time with like
Yeah.
doing the blitzes with
Me,
Saban and stuff.
yeah.
I could definitely do that for you.
But you just want to watch me squirm.
I do.
That's fair.
I do.
It should be an experience.
Mhm.
And I'm so happy to be riding along on that experience with you. As that's where you can find us. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. We've been calling it the Hansel of Twitch streams because it's so hot right now. And it continues to heat up. So be sure to check it out and enjoy all the awesomeness that's going on over there. I am looking at the clock and I'm looking at our guests that are here. And I'm thinking we might just head out a little early
Oh.
and get Frankie woken up, and let's make our way into the next portion of the day as we got some CCO to do,
Oh, yeah.
and we will then be heading back to the Kola Islands to hang out with Mike, as I guess you probably found his dad now, hey, or uncle?
Yeah, we met his dad. We met his dunkle. Let's call him
Yeah,
Dunkle.
Dunkle.
We met his relative that we're there to save. And then there's aliens and guns.
Getting good.
And it's very exciting. It was rough. Gary wasn't there to help me and Steve last time. And, oh, baby, it was
The
not.
grind's real, man.
It did not. The grind was very
Yeah.
real. We were having a hard time.
We'll get there. We'll make it happen. Again, pick it up right there as I'm going to. You want to do it together?
Sure.
You want to go bottom? I'll go top.
Yes.
There we go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wrong arm.
Oh, you nailed it. Look at this little
She
DJ
is-
Roomba. She
Oh,
has got
yeah.
so many little tasty morsels.
I saw on the internet today a guy had built a Roomba with a gun on the top, and it shot everything that it ran into. Like every time the front of it hit something, the trigger would get pulled and it would shoot the wall.
Sounds dangerous.
And then they had it just driving around the house. It like shot the couch, it shot the wall, and
Mayhem.
it was very funny. Never do that.
Yeah,
Never
right.
ever do that. But it was very funny to see on the internet, and I feel bad for whoever had to clean that up.
DJ Roomba from Parks and Rec. I forget the guy's name. Aziz's his name in real life. Anyway, he's a super funny guy. Got a Roomba and he puts his iPod on top and calls him DJ Roomba, spin that shit. And then he goes around and plays music while it's Roombang.
It's pretty
Very
funny.
fun. So many thank yous today. Holy cow. To our buddy Adam over at Summerall Pub and Grill. Thank you for our lovely visit and for these amazing wings.
Ooh, and the
So
pizza
good.
bones too. We got pizza bones and a beer.
There's a pizza bone's really good. You let us try a new feature that they're bringing up. So it was very cool. You got your beer. That was awesome. Do Les and Ree with the brand new show. Not That Kind of Book Club. Check it out. It's on the network now. Ryan Flaherty with Good Sports, a brand new sports show that dropped yesterday. You can see that as well. Oh, man. So cool. Then Uncle Mike and Matt from all the bands and Uncle Grandma. Keep going.
Matt Young fixed my Sega CD.
CD,
I was
Matt
playing
Young.
it earlier. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
Brooksy for joining us on Mondays and doing the gaming with Brooksy on Monday. To the photo prospector. Jeez. I can't wait to hug this man. It's going to be the most powerful hug I've ever had. I believe 7. I'm so happy right now.
What color, temperature are the lights?
Oh.
What the hell's going on?
This is what happens. When you go live, this is what happens.
What is this game?
Yeah.
What? What?
I'm so lost right now. It takes a lot to throw me off, and this is the guy.
I'm doing it.
To the author, John Fast, we talked to him and everyone else who came by throughout the week. Coach Mazer was in the studio.
Yeah.
Sam Hyatt. We had Coach number 1, 2. Remember, karma's very real. Do good things will happen to you just like this. You can see a boat prospector. I love you. Have a great weekend. Bye.